The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day. Excited to connect with you here, heart to heart, soul to soul, as we lean into the conversation about how we can bloom and shine powerfully in our life. This is the third part of an exciting series that we've been doing around our forthcoming book. So write this date on the calendar, September 15th. We're going to be releasing our book. We're going to do a special campaign around it so you can get an amazing deal if you want to lean into this powerful book that we're bringing forward called Bloom, Where You Are Planted and Shine. And shine is in all capital letters, exclamation point, because we want to help you live and bloom powerfully in your life. And in honor of the book, we've been doing this special series, bringing together some of the authors so you can hear their heart, you can hear their wisdom, their expertise, kind of the voice behind the powerful and transformational information that they share in this book. And I want to tell you, I am so excited for the call today, for this show today, for this time to connect, because I've had the privilege of getting to know these powerful leaders, their heart, some of their own journey. They've been very authentic, open, and transparent in sharing even sometimes those kind of rocky places that we have in our life. And they speak to us in this book, and I know you'll hear it echoed in their voices today. They're going to speak to you heart to heart. Hey, here's how you move forward. Here's what I discovered. Here's what you're going to learn. And they're going to share their wisdom and expertise with you today. So I want you to lean in, take a breath as you enjoy this time together of connecting, of us pouring into you and receiving. What a gift to carve out time during the week just for you, to receive, to be nourished, to dig your roots in deeply, be poured into, so that as you go back out into the world, you're able to go out in a way, you're able to share in a way that you're shining. Because I believe the biggest gift that you can give the world is more of you. Being willing to let them see another facet of who you are is a huge gift. So my intention today is to bring you these amazing experts. Let us kind of pull back the veil a little bit so you can meet these amazing people that are willing to lean into you, that are celebrating you, that are pouring into you and sharing their heart and their life experience with you, both in this book that is coming out on September 15th, as well as on the show today. So let's take a breath. As we connect in, heart to heart. Those of you who are driving, I want you to stay alert, stay safe, no texting and driving, both hands on the wheel. But those of you who are able to inwardly tune in, I invite you to do that. In just a moment, we're going to lean into time of just pausing and listening. But before we do that, I wanted to share something that I experienced. And I don't know if any of you out there are experienced in growing things and planting and gardening. that sort of thing. I have not been very experienced in that. And I started my adventure with planting and growing things just over the past couple months. And it's been just this amazing journey. I have been amazed at how powerful the experience has been, how much joy I find in being still and nourishing these little seedlings and plants and watching them grow and the wonder of it. And there was one plant in particular, one experience that really struck me, and I shared about it this weekend we had one of our large conferences that we have 4 or 5 times a year, and I was sharing about my experience and some of the lessons I learned from a cucumber vine. Oh, my first time planting and growing things, and you get that packet of seeds, and it doesn't feel like there are very many seeds in there. You kind of shake it around a little bit. So I found a pot, and I filled it 2/3 of the way. I kind of sprinkled in, dumped the seeds, and layered some dirt over that, and I started watering and waiting and waiting and waiting. And soon these little leaves started popping up in this pot that I had used I think it's designed for a plant, not a whole batch of cucumbers, cucumber seeds and vines, but I didn't know that. And pretty soon they were getting pretty crowded in there. And my neighbor, who's a little more experienced in gardening and growing things, shared some wisdom with me. She said, Rebecca, you need to give them a little more space. You've got to move them out so they can grow in a healthy, powerful way. And I thought, what a great piece of advice for us to remember that perhaps where we started is not where we're called to go next, that we need to sometimes be transplanted and put somewhere so our roots can grow stronger and more deeply, and we can grow more powerfully. And being open to that kind of movement in our life. And pretty soon I had these beautiful little rows of these cucumber plants. And some things I learned along the way is each cucumber plant actually gets quite large. So they become this vine that produces multiple cucumbers, each and every one of them. And one of them was a little bit further along than the others because I didn't transplant that one. And so it didn't have to regroup and kind of reestablish roots to grow. So it's like I get to see the future of all my other little vines that are in the making. And part of how this cucumber plant grows is it has these little like strings or tentacles that reach out and grab onto something, and it secures itself, and then it reaches out on the other side to another thing to stabilize itself, another little tentacle, and it pulls itself up. And I thought, how wise is this plant that it's building structures and things to stabilize itself, to build itself up. It's not trying to do everything on its own. And something else, the vine kept getting taller and taller. And so I thought perhaps it needed a little redirection because I didn't want it to go above the rail in a certain place on my porch. So I took one of its little tentacles and I tried to redirect it back down the other side of the structure I'd given it to climb. And I wrapped its little tentacle around that. You know what this cucumber plant did? It unwrapped itself. It was having none of that. And it has stretched up and is growing taller. And I thought, what a powerful lesson that we can choose to not let others direct us down to become less than we're called to be. I think it's important we remember to stretch, to grab onto those things, to that information, to those structures, to those things that can help us on the journey. It's not a solo journey. And secondly, that we keep growing, we keep stretching, even if it makes another a little bit uncomfortable, that we are not letting ourselves be redirected down, but really pushing ourselves, holding ourselves tall to stretch and grow and become all that we are called to be. To me, that is shining. As you become stronger and you build those structures into your life and you pull yourself up, you're able to reach more and more people with the gift of who you are. Oh, as we go through our time together today, I want you to think about what are those things that as we share or are poured into your heart that you can wrap that little tentacle around and hold onto and pull yourself up. And are there things that need to be transplanted out that are perhaps choking your roots a little bit? Pay attention to those things. So as we go through our time together today, I want you to look for those things that you can grab onto that can support you in becoming the most amazing cucumber plant you can be. I want you to bloom and shine. That is why we're here today. So let's take a moment to pause. Close our eyes, sit back on our chair, feel it supporting you. Big breaths. In light of us becoming that amazing cucumber vine at whatever stage we are in that growth cycle, looking to produce that beautiful vegetable, that beautiful fruit, what is it that you need today? What is it that will encourage and support you? What is it that will help you be all that you are called to be? That is pulling you up. And here's the second part of that question. So what is it that you need, secondly, and are willing to receive? Sometimes those are different things, but we need to be willing to receive what we need and, in fact, be on the lookout for it. So feel into that, see what is it that you need and are willing to receive. Beautiful. Receive that information. Come back into the room fully present, eyes open. Wonderful. And I invite you to write down the information you were given. Let's keep it top of mind so you are ready and willing to receive. You're not going to get distracted. It's top of mind. You're leaning in with expectation of what is here for you today that will support you in blooming and shining. Let's take a breath together. And we're going to go around the room here, our virtual room, and each take 30 seconds to share something that was on our heart. We are connected here with some of our beautiful authors, and I wanted to give them each a quick moment to share something that was laid on their heart. So, Barbara, I'd love you to take about 30 seconds and just share something that was laid on your heart when we paused for a moment.
Well, I would just love to share with everyone my feeling of love, warmth, a smile, and a little laughter with all of you.
I love that. Love, warmth, smile, and a little laughter. That's that sun that pours into us. Beautiful. Thank you. Caitriona, how about you? Did you have something that was laid on your heart?
Hi. Yes, I did. What came into my mind is that in many circles, it's become such a cliche that you can do what you want, you can become who you want to be, and the truth is you really can. There are ways to do that, and it has to do with how much pleasure, how much you're willing to receive into your life, the simple pleasure of living your uniqueness and brilliance. Well, I can say more in my 30 seconds. It slipped by so quickly.
I know time goes so quickly, but I love that. Having pleasure, enjoying who we are and being who we are. How beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And Brandy, how about you? Was there something laid on your heart?
Yeah, for me, it was when it says to let go of the thought that I can do it all by myself, or anyone can do it all by yourself, and to be open up for the support of others, because I think we take away everybody else's blessing if we don't allow them to help us and support us in the way that they can.
Yes. Oh,
Let go
powerful reminder. Thank you. Yeah, let go and let support come in and be willing to receive that. Beautiful reminder. Not a solo journey. Thank you. And Marlene, did you have something laid on your heart?
Hi, Rebecca. Yes. I would say for me, it's the vulnerability of letting go and living on so that I can be of greater value to my daughter and to the community that I serve.
Beautiful. That willingness to be vulnerable and let people see us as we are. Really powerful. Thank you. Appreciate your sharing. And listeners, how about you? What's been placed on your heart as we paused and as we've been sharing a little bit about what's laid on each of our hearts so that we can together support one another to bloom and shine? We're getting ready to go to our first commercial break, which is 2 minutes. But here's what this is really about. Here's the opportunity for you to stay present. I encourage you, resist the temptation to go and cross some things off your to-do list. Really give yourself the gift of these 2 minutes to pause, breathe, receive, and explore these shares and this information, so that when you come back, you're present. When we come back together and you've taken this pause to support you on your journey and process things real time, you're going to have these 2 minutes throughout the show. I want you to give yourself the gift of those 2 minutes to be present, to process and receive. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here. Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
For women, the pressure to achieve is stronger, the work hours longer, and the struggle for respect and authority more complex than ever. You want guidance on how to succeed, and you are not alone. You're invited to take your coffee break with Game Changers on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern for our special series, Game Changing Women. Powerful women leaders will help you make sense of it all, analyze how you can change the game, and share their playbooks. Game Changing Women, presented by SAP on the Business Channel.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit Facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. I know time moves so quickly, and it is such a gift when we give ourselves that pause. We give ourselves that time to breathe in, process things on a cellular level that are being shared with us, and sometimes it will be from the information we're sharing. Sometimes as we're connecting together energetically, heart to heart, there will be wisdom and information and ahas that are poured into your spirit. Sometimes it's from us. Sometimes it is just because we are all connecting together and we've paused and we're listening. So I invite you throughout the shows, we have those 2 minutes. Use that as an opportunity to process things on a cellular level. Right now, real time, instead of adding them to the to-do list, they will actually become part of you. Welcome back. I wanted to call you all of my cucumber vines. Welcome back. I've also discovered these beautiful vines have these lovely yellow flowers. So they have these tentacles, and then they have all these beautiful blossoms as well. And I can't wait to see the cucumbers and the fruit that will be coming forth. So we get to, all along the journey, bloom and shine and share all these different facets and dimensions of ourselves with others. And I wanted to continue our conversation by formally introducing each of the authors. You heard their voice in the opening segment. You heard some of their heart, what was laid on their heart as we connected together. And I wanted them to each share a little bit of why this project, Bloom Where You're Planted and Shine, this book, drew them in, why they elected to be part of this. I always think it's interesting to know why people say yes to things, kind of that behind-the-scenes view, and I wanted to provide that to you today. So let me formally introduce a good friend of mine, the amazing Brandy T. Jones, who is a lifelong entrepreneur, educator, CEO of End the Red, and that's END, End the Red, a best-selling author, multiple times over, a leader, an innovator, an educator who's absolutely passionate about helping others to live a financially sound life, $5 at a time. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Brandy T. Jones to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So excited to have you here.
Okay. Yes. So you had asked, why did I decide to do this project? Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a military child from a military family, and I've traveled all over, and I've done a lot, and I've met a lot of people. And through the travels, when I got settled as an adult, I felt like that fish was out of the water, didn't have a place to call. But there was so much inside of me that needed to be out. Maybe it could help somebody else. Maybe there's lessons that I went through that can be resources for others. So I just grabbed the chance when it was time for me to tell a little bit more of my life. I said yes.
I love it. Well, Brandy, thank you for sharing. And I've known you for a lot of years. We've been on this journey together. And
yes.
We have. And the level in which you shared, I'm so honored that you were entrusting me as the compiler of this book to share on that level. And I know whoever reads your chapter will be moved and will be touched and inspired. So thank you for sharing on the level that you did and the gift of who you are in my life and in so many other lives.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I wanted to continue introducing our lovely authors, and I wanted to bring to you our fabulous Baaaaahbra Gross. I love her sense of humor. It was actually my dad that connected us originally and brought us together, so it's been really fun to get to know Baaaaahbra. I know you're going to enjoy her spirit and her lovely sense of humor and way of looking at the world. She has a degree in education. She is a business development manager for a computer software company. and comedian. She has a TV show that she produces, a weekly internet-based TV show that she is sharing some of her stories and her beautiful sense of humor, and is absolutely passionate about helping others smile and choose to laugh even in challenging situations. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Baaaaahbra to the show. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. I just want to say that when I heard this powerful topic, it just drew me in because people always say to me, why do all these funny things happen to you? And I reply back, well, if you listen carefully, they weren't that funny at the time. So my message really, and I tell a lot of different adventures, and in this book, it will be Moscow adventures. And when I thought things were going to happen one way, it turned out a very different way. So you can't always control what happens to you, but you have control how you decide to react to any situation. So my message would be open to how life flows, and look for the fun and celebration, and remember to bring laughter to the party. Remember to bring your love, light, joy, and humor.
I love it, and that is something you absolutely do. If you ever have the chance to meet Baaaaahbra in person, I know you will just smile and give her a hug. You just carry that joy and that laughter and spirit with you. So thank you for your joy, your perspective, and we love having you as part of this project. And then Marlene has a master's degree in religious education, a BA in international relations. She's a certified brain personality specialist who is passionate about helping women break through and step into success in life and business. Please warmly welcome the amazing Marlene Elizabeth to the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Welcome. Very happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I joined the project to encourage and support women who may be struggling in the relationship to money, just with reminders that you're not alone, that money is a tool, it's nothing more and nothing less, and that above all, your true power and your value is not linked to the sum that's in your bank account.
Beautiful. So really helping us have a great connection with money and with our financial picture. I love that. I love your passion for that and your commitment in helping empower us in this area, because it is an area many struggle and we don't want to talk about. And what a wonderful opportunity we have to have you lovingly walk beside us in this area. So thank you. Thank you for sharing, for the work that you do, and for being part of this project. And then we have our fabulous Caitriona Reed, who is an author, a speaker, a trainer, co-creator, and owner of Manzanita. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Manzanita Village, you did, yes.
Ah, good, thank you. Manzanita Village Retreat and a 5 Changes Coaching. She's absolutely passionate about helping others discover the tools of evolutionary leadership and applied neuroscience so that we can become part of that global evolutionary leadership movement. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Caitriona Reed to the show. Welcome!
Thank you so much, Rebecca. It's delightful to be here. I loved what was just said, and I really agree with so much of it and resonate with so much of it. I think to answer your question, I not just because I'm a woman of transgendered experience, so it's particularly dear to my heart that this theme of accepting, embodying, embracing everything that you are, one is. But it's also that it's, as a Zen teacher, as a hypnotherapist, as many things in many ways over decades, it's really been my theme song to coerce, cajole, push, tease people into really taking a step forward into the possibilities that so often another person can see and they just haven't seen yet. So this whole thing is dear to my heart, and I just wanted to add that my piece is titled "The World is Made of Stories," and so my thought around that is that the stories we create about who we are so often completely arbitrary and self-limiting. And we can change all that. And yes, as I speak, I realize everyone on this call is so aware of that, and probably most of the listeners are so aware of that, and yet we need to be reminded. And so I jumped into this book because it needs to be said over and over again.
It does. We can forget. We can get caught up in things. And you're right. We can see it sometimes in others, but not ourselves. And I love the language that you use and how you express things so beautifully. And it's with such love. And I embrace your theme song. So thank you for being...
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you for being part of this project, for sharing your heart and your wisdom and your experience with us and our readers. And listeners, we are getting ready for our next 2-minute moment, our next commercial break. So it goes so quickly. I want to encourage you to use this time to really process what's being placed on your heart. What is your theme song? What is the greatness within you that someone pointed out to you recently that sometimes you forget? I want to invite you to bask in it richly and deeply during these next 2 minutes. We'll look forward to talking to you shortly. Enjoy these 2 minutes, embrace them deeply, and we'll come back with more.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reich. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel. Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes that you gave yourself the opportunity to dig your roots in deeply, to bask in the greatness that others see in you that they've shared with you recently, but sometimes we forget, or we're moving around so quickly we just brush it off. And I invite you throughout our show to really bask in that, to really embrace the greatness within you, the unique gift that you are to those around you and to the world. And as we go into this next section, we wanted to give you a little bit of a teaser about what you can experience in this book. So you've heard our beautiful authors' hearts, you've learned a little bit about them, and now I wanted them to share their chapter title and either a quote or a mini share from their chapter, so you get a flavor of this book, and I believe what they share with you will touch your heart and inspire you as we are connecting heart to heart, growing our roots deeply as we stretch up to shine, bloom and shine out in the world. So I'd love to start with you, Marlene. Would you mind sharing the title of your chapter and a quote or something on your heart that you would like to share that they can find within your beautiful pages?
Sure. So the title and the subtitle of my chapter, it was inspired by the awareness, really, of how much time that we spend surviving and just imagining if we put all that precious energy and loving attention into thriving. I dared the waters of entrepreneurship so that I could be a stay-at-home mom with my daughter. She's now 10 years old, Delina. But in order to thrive as a mom and in my own business, I had to face my relationship to money. And that at that time was very scary for me. So
yes,
the title of my chapter is Let's Get Tender. And it's the story about, and this is my subtitle, the quiet vow that transformed my broken financial wings into feminine power to prosper, one brave feather at a time.
Beautiful. And the story is so powerful, and it is tender and beautiful, and what sacred honor for us to be able to learn that about you and have you share with us on that level. So thank you. Thank you for your beautiful chapter.
Oh, thanks, Rebecca.
Mm-hmm. And my Baaaaahbra, what's the chapter of your title, and can you give us a teaser, a little bit of a flavor? I know you touched on it briefly, but I wanted to give you a moment to expand a little bit on what they can expect in your chapter.
Well, the name of my chapter is my Moscow Adventures, and the reason for this is I have been working for a company with corporate headquarters in Moscow, so I've been going every year for business meetings, but the first year after that was playing the business meeting, they asked me if I wanted to stay a little longer for a party. And, my middle name is Party once you get to know me, so I didn't have to think twice about signing up for a party. It was only until weeks later I found out the party was the Amazing Race, with physical activities like zip lining across mountains and hiking up cliffs and jumping into a river, where if you met me, you would think, maybe I wouldn't have signed up for that if I knew the agenda in the first place. But never a dull moment. And, I think you always have to be positive, go with the flow, bring the smile, and you'll be surprised. You'll really enjoy yourself.
I love it, and I enjoyed the entire chapter and journey. I felt like I was there with you. So thank you for your beautiful chapter and your wonderful sense of humor and attitude to just keep going. I love it. Very, very powerful. And Caitriona, I know you shared just the title of your chapter, but I wanted to have you share it again and just expand a little bit on what they can discover in your beautiful chapter.
Sure. So the world is made of stories, and that being the title, there's also, I was looking over the piece just now and realizing that the best part of it is the exercise that I that I gave at the end, which is an exercise we've been doing at workshops and trainings for a very long time. And it really is based on the premise that the story that we have created and often resigned to about our life and who we are can be rewritten at any moment. It's a living story. And so as a thought exercise, as a writing exercise, I looked at it and I thought, oh my gosh, I should do that again for myself. It's so powerful to really explore the little ways we become snagged in assumptions about our life, who we are, what we're capable of, what's yet still remaining for us, given that some of us, well, I speak for myself, becoming a little long in the tooth at this point, and it's never over. It's all made up. And so once upon a time, we can begin again. Once upon a time. And how we imagine that is so often how it then begins to unfold in new ways, even though we think in our heads, well, it's partway over. Well, it's not. Or it's not in the important ways by which we continue to live moment by moment.
I love that. It does. I just love, what a powerful concept. I just want to give us a moment to absorb that at any moment we can start the story again. We can rewrite as we go along. How powerful and important to remember. And we're building this practice, listeners, today of these 2 minutes. Like, those are 2 minutes where you can right then and there, this moment, this is the story I'm choosing to bring forward starting now. Ah, so powerful. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. And your beautiful exercise. And as you were sharing that, I thought I wanted to share a little bit about how the book is structured. So listeners, I will let you know that momentarily, but we have one more amazing author I wanted to give the opportunity to share her chapter title and just a little bit. She shared a little bit earlier of what you can expect in her chapter, but I wanted to give her an opportunity to expand a little bit. So Brandy, would you share the title of your chapter and a little bit of what they can expect?
The title of my chapter is Secrets Worth Telling. Mm-hmm. And it came about because, I've chosen to live my life more open and to be free, to enjoy life. And I want the readers to be like butterflies, just to be able to enjoy and live their life. And so in my chapter, in order to know what my secret actually is, and to know when it began, because it began in a dream, you have to purchase the book on September the 15th. And then you will find out the secret that's worth telling.
I love it. And I think it's so powerful and beautiful because you share the secret, I believe, in it. Mm-hmm. And what a powerful gift to live in that level of openness, and it's very inspiring. So listeners, I hope you enjoy, and I'm sure it's not your only secret in the world, but what a powerful secret that you are entrusting each of us with, and what a powerful way that we could choose to live our life as well by telling our secrets and not letting them hold us. So really, really beautiful. Thank you. So September 15th, you can discover Brandy's secret. She shares it with the world. So put that on the calendar. And we're going to go to our next commercial break here, our next 2-minute moment just for you. But as we do that, I wanted to just share a couple of things that we built within this book. We wanted to share some of our journey, some of what we struggled with, and the wisdom that we learned from that, so that your journey can be a little bit easier as you're blooming and shining and digging those roots in deeply. And we broke it into different sections, taking you from perhaps you're not remembering or struggling, knowing how beautiful and wonderfully you are made, or how to grow even when it gets challenging, or how do you shine? How do we bloom? Like, we've broken the book into those sections, and every author not only shared some of their journey and wisdom, but they gave you some practical and profound tools and steps that you can take to support you on your journey, just like the exercise that Caitriona was describing earlier. Every author's given you that gift in this book as well. So if you're looking for a tool to inspire you and walk beside you, this book is a huge gift to do that. It's just such a powerful collection of amazing inspiration, amazing wisdom, and practical and profound tools and steps from those in a diverse selection of wisdom and experience, experts of experts. So I want to encourage you to write September 15th on your calendar and circle it so you can take advantage of the special launch rates that we're going to be releasing and sharing out in the world. As we go into this commercial break, I want you to think about a story you want to start writing for yourself right now in these 2 minutes. Once upon a time. Enjoy these next 2 minutes, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all our show archives on demand. All from your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes that you've started writing right now. Today, as we come together, there's a purpose. I want to invite you to start your story now and continue it. If you started it during this last break, let's continue that as you're weaving into your story, into your life, what you are wanting to bring forward. We think back to the beginning of our conversation as we're talking about blooming and shining and the wisdom of the cucumber vine, of grabbing onto, not waiting for someone to discover and lean in, but grabbing on to the structures, to that support that can help us and pull ourselves up, refusing to shrink back, but to really, with purpose, move forward, shine in the way we're made, in the way we're designed. That's the greatest gift you can give the world. And as we bring our time together to a close, I wanted to give each of our authors the opportunity to share just about 30 seconds, something that was laid on their heart that they want to gift you today, that they want to encourage you to weave into your story, to take forward with you. And I'd love to start with Caitriona. What would you like to add to our mix, share with our listeners?
Well, what's moving me at this instant, listening to all of us speaking, is just a sense of gratitude, that it's a miracle. Whatever our belief system, whatever we feel about the state of the world, it's just a blessed miracle to be breathing, to be aware, to be alive. So yeah, feeling that, sending that.
Beautiful. Let's breathe that in and send that out together. Beautiful. Thank you. Baaaaahbra, what's on your heart to share?
Well, I would just love to say to choose to be positive, choose to help others as they've helped you, choose to give people the benefit of the doubt, choose to have the courage to be our authentic selves, and choose to love and laugh.
Ah, love it. I love all the choice that you have emphasized over and over in your share. We have so much choice that we forget about sometimes, particularly our attitude and what we echo out in the world. Beautiful. Thank you. Brandy, what's on your heart to share?
Oh, to continue to be open for the opportunity, because you don't know whether you're going to be a supporter or a leader. But if you're open, it will come to you. And we need both supporters and leaders. So be open.
I love that. Be open. And I think we actually get to be both in our life. And sometimes at the same time, which is really, really powerful. Oh, love that. Be open. Thank you. Thank you. Marlene, what's on your heart?
Talking about money, it can bring up so much stuff for us, emotions and all. And so I find that the following quote can really help with overwhelm and also helping to maintain just a loving, grounded perspective, toward our situation and to ourselves. And the quote is this: none of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can all do small things with great love, and together we can do something wonderful, just like you're doing, Rebecca.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, I love that. And listeners, let's breathe that in. A small thing we can do with great love today.
Yeah.
Not someday. Today. A step, a seed that we can plant, an encouragement that we can give. What is something that we can do today? A small step with great love. Let's breathe that in. Wonderful. I want to thank each of you for being on the show today. It's just been such a joy to spend this time with you, delve into your respective hearts and wisdom as we get to share that out with the world. And listeners, thank you for joining us today to lean in to the conversation about how can we bloom and shine. And what I hope you've heard throughout our time together is the choice that you have with that. The opportunity you have starting now, not tomorrow, not next week, now, to take steps to bloom in your life, to grow your roots deeply, to shine the amazing gift of who you are out in the world. I want to inspire you that you choose, find that support that you need. It is not a solo journey, and be willing to be that support for another. I've even witnessed that with this vine. As it climbs some of the others, those little tentacles, reach out and grab onto some of the vine and it's lifting and supporting itself up too. The other vines are latching onto the leader, the one that's ahead so far, a little bit further on the journey, and it's lifting all of them up. We can do that in this beautiful garden of life. But we have to be willing. We have to choose to make it important, to make what we do, be willing to commit to it. You are a precious gift and resource. There's no one else like you in the entire world. You're absolutely needed, and I believe for such a time as this. I want to encourage you to lean into you. Be willing to share the gift of who you are. We'd love to have you lean into September 15th as we launch and release this book, and it was named after how we close every show. Bloom where you are planted and shine. You'll be able to find it on September 15th, starting September 15th on Amazon. So we'd love to have you lean into that. But even more than that, lean into you and to each other. That wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always be willing and choose to bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.